Welcome back, children. So, in the last class, we were discussing about the alpha ray scattering experiment done by Rutherford. So, looking at the drawbacks of Thomson plum pudding model or Thomson atomic model, he proposed his own theory by experiment. I told you the main drawback of J.J. Thomson model was he could not explain the stability of the electron and the proton in an atom, and he could not explain this model by experiments. Understood? He did not do any experiment. He just compared. That was the drawback of the J.J. Thomson model. But Rutherford, what he did, he proposed his theory on the basis of an experiment called as alpha ray scattering experiment. That I was telling you. I told you for alpha ray scattering experiment, we need zinc sulfide screen and thin gold foil. Gold foil we need. Gold foil means what? A thin sheet of gold metal. Then, and he took a slit. Slit means it's a board which contains a small hole which enters where it allows the entry of the rays. So then he take a lead box. Lead box he kept, and inside the lead box there are small spaces there. In that space he kept radioactive element. So elements which emit the radiation on their own. Elements which emit radiation on their own are called as radioactive element. You know atomic. You know about nuclear energy. Atomic bomb ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತುಂಟು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಟೋಮಿಕ್ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ರೇಡಿಯೋಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಥವಾ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬಹುದು, ಯು ಮೇ ಬಿ ನೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕೈಗಾ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ Karwar ತಾಲೂಕ್ in our district only. It's a central government project. It is producing the energy from the atom or nucleus. That's called as nuclear energy. The energy which is produced in the nucleus of unstable atom, unstable nuclei. Unstable nuclei are present in the radioactive element. So uranium is used to produce electricity from nuclear energy. Kaiga, I told you, Kaiga power plant. Kaiga power plant is nothing but they produce the electricity from this unstable or radioactive element. Uranium is used over there. It also produces the rays on their own. Like that material they use over here. Exactly. So actually they produce the rays on their own. They are called a radioactive element. Why it is kept in this lead box? There is a reason for that. Simply this lead box. See, the radioactive elements are dangerous actually. They produce lot of rays. I told you, like alpha rays they produce gamma rays, they produce beta rays. These gamma rays are very dangerous, which can enter our cells also. They enter our cells and they have a large penetration power. They have high penetration power and frequency is very high. The frequency is very high. That's why they enter in our cells of our body also, and they can damage our chromosomes. They can alter our chromosomes. Chromosomes are present in the nucleus of the cell, so they can alter the chromosomes and they cause cancer also. Understood? That dangerous they are. All these rays are dangerous. That's why they are kept in the lead box. So lead is one element which absorbs the radiation. That's why it is kept. So this all experiment, as we do it, has a diagram. It is not so easy. Remember. So Rachita told about how they calculate the mass of the electron. That is not the proton. It is not so easy. They have certain set of devices which do that. Understood? Like that, this rays which are produced will enter this slit. They enter the slit and they hit they bombard. All these rays are bombarded to this gold foil. And what was the result? Some of the rays were entering straight without any deviation, they entered like this. Many of the radiation they entered without any deviation. Many of the radiation entered without deviation. Some actually reflected back. Some rays reflected back. Some of the rays were reflected back like this. Some were rebounds. So how they went, the same they came back. Like they went straight and they rebounded back like this. Without any angle. Like 180 degree only they came back. Some rays they entered without any deviation. They entered in the gold file. And some of the alpha rays were reflected back, bounced back with small angles. Some were rebounded back in the same direction where they entered. Like this, it happened to be. On the observation of this experiment, he proposed his theory. Understood? Can you tell me why they have taken a gold only? Why this gold only taken? They could have taken some other metal, no? Why gold is taken over there? They could have taken iron metal. Why the iron metal is not taken over there? Anyone want to give the answer for this question? Why gold is used over there? They could have used some other metal, gold, aluminium, or some other metal. They would. Why they use this only? Is there any reason for that? Anyone knows about that? If you know, please raise your hands. Okay, Vaishnavi knows. Okay, Shreya knows. Okay. Okay, Chinmay Chaudhary. Yeah, Chinmay Chaudhary.
Sir, because he want to see the vapors visually.
What?
He need to see the vapors.
Vapors, sir.
Not vapors, sir. He need to see the rays.
Rays, sir. Okay, that's not answer. Okay, let's see. Abhiram,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me the answer for why this gold was?
Because he wanted thin layer metal.
Thin layer metal. Okay, what is that property called as?
Property.
Okay, thank you. Vaishnavi, can you tell me why this gold was used?
Because sir, gold can be beaten up to very thin layer, and it is
What is that property called?
uh, malleable metal.
Very good. Malleability. Some of the metal can be made into thin sheet. Has your friend Abhiram also tried to told that, but he could not clear it. But Vaishnavi has told exactly the answer. Very good, both of you. Okay. Both of them said that they can be made into thin sheet. The gold is such element which can be made into very thin sheet. Thin sheet is necessary because the rays have to enter. They have to enter inside. That's why. Understood? And alpha rays are taken here, not gamma rays. Gamma rays have high penetration power. Beta rays somewhat high. If you take alpha rays can enter some of the material very easily. They cannot enter our body. See, our cells cannot enter. The alpha rays cannot enter our cell because its frequency is very less. So they can enter the metal easily. That's why thin sheet is taken, and gold is highly malleable element. Remember, highly malleable atom metal it is. Means it can be made. The property of metal which can be made into thin sheet is called as malleability. So highly malleable. And what is the function of this zinc sulfide screen? Now you tell us, Chinmay Chaudhary. What is the role of this one? zinc sulfide screen. Chinmay,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me now what is the role of this one? Zinc sulfide screen?
Sir, I think you need to see the visible rays.
See, rays are not visible. No, see, we are receiving a lot of rays from the sun. ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸನ್ನಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾರೆಡ್ ರೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ರೇಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಟ್ರಾವೈಲೆಟ್ ರೇಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೇಸ್. ಆಲ್ ದ ರೇಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಅವರ್ ಅರ್ತ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಅರ್ತ್. Understood? Our earth is called as a unique planet because of this. Because all rays cannot enter. Protection is there. But some of the rays enters. They enter. Understood? And they are not visible. The light ray is not visible. We are whatever we are able to see the object because it is the effect of light. It is the effect of light, but we are not seeing the light. Understood? So light is also ray. Similarly, here rays are not visible. That's why to know the rays where they are hitting, this zinc sulfide screen is taken. It is placed here behind the gold foil to see the rays where they are entering. On that basis, only he told some postulates. Understood? He proposed the theory. Understood? He proposed the theory. So what already you have studied this, no? So I told you. So alpha rays were entering the gold foil very easily without a deviation, without any deviation. Some of the rays were entering without a deviation. I told you, some of the rays without deviation they enter. Some radiations are reflected back with small angles. So small angles, some reflected back like this. With the small angles, they were reflected back. Some rays rebounded back. The actual rebound back means without any angle they came back. Some rays. So some rays entered without deviation. Some rays reflected back in small angles. This was the conclusion drawn or observed. The observation of the Rutherford alpha ray scattering experiment, and he proposed the theory now. On this observation, he told that he told that the atom consists of centrally located nucleus. Atom consists of centrally located nucleus. He told that in the atom, the center there is a nucleus. This whatever the some of the rays which are rebounded back in the same angle, same path, they were actually hitting the nucleus and they were bouncing back. They were actually hitting the nucleus and they were rebounding back at the same angle where they entered. That he told that, and so on that basis he told that there is a central located nucleus. So, and he told that some were deviating back on small angles because of that nucleus only. And on this observation he told that centrally located nucleus and In the center, there is a positively charged. Nucleus is positively charged. Positively charged, he told. Charged, he told. And he told, they say, lot of rays were without any deviation, lot of rays were entering the gold file. Lot of rays. That means he told that lot of space atom consists of empty space. He told that. He told atom consists of lot of empty space. He told all this on this observation. He proposed this theory that atom consists of centrally located nucleus where the positive charge is available, and nucleus is a positively charged, he told. And he told on the basis of many of the rays were entering without deviation, he told that atom consists of some empty spaces also. This was the theory proposed. But for every theory, you may be knowing that for every Satvik Naik, please unmute yourself, sir. For every theory, when somebody proposes theory, there are some certain people that they found some negative aspects. Negative, they think about the negative aspects of the theory. That is actually good for that. So whenever we say somebody tells that your this attitude is not good, or somebody, for me only, I am a teacher, I am teaching 100 of children, or 10 people tell that, sir, you do like this in the class which is not good. You do like this in the class which is not, which I am not getting this. Like that. So that should be there actually. To develop yourself, that should be there. Our drawbacks are our strength actually. Because we can work on that drawback and we can improve that. Similarly, when suppose some scientist tells about one theory, there are other 10 scientists to search the negative points of that. And actually, that you should not think that is bad. Actually, it is a good, because we can work some more in that field or in that concept, and we can show that this is the thing. I told like this, and it is not like this. So that was similarly here also. Rutherford proposed this theory, but there were some drawbacks also in this theory. In this theory also there were some drawback. What was that drawback? He could not. Sorry, one more point I left out. Sorry. And he told that electrons revolve around the nucleus. He told that also. Around the center there is a nucleus. Around the nucleus there are electrons like revolving around. He told that. But other scientists were not happy with the explanation. They asked where exactly the electrons are present. They asked. He could not explain that. But later on, Bohr's atomic model, Niels Bohr came and he explained about the orbits and shells of energy levels. He explained and he proposed his own theory later on. How? On the basis of drawbacks. What are the drawbacks now? So here also he could not explain the stability. Here. Remember again, the stability was not explained properly. Right on. And one more thing that, see, whenever can I rub this? I'll rub this. I hope you have drawn this. It is there in your 8th textbook also. Please go through that. I don't know, 9th standard textbook it is not there. Diagram is not there. the 8th standard textbook, it is that. Go through the diagram. So he could not explain. See, he told that this is nucleus and the electrons revolve around the nucleus like this, like this. He told that this is a positively charged and this is negatively charged. They are moving like this. What was the drawback of this theory? Drawback was that any charged particle, when it is in circular motion, it radiates energy. It radiates energy. He told that what the other scientists. This was a common theory when any charged particle is in a circular path, it radiates energy and it loses energy. And this positively charged particle will be attracted towards the nucleus. He told that it is attracted by the nucleus. See, this is the nucleus, it is positively charged particle. So this is the electron. So finally electron comes and during the circular motion it comes and it comes towards the nucleus. He told this. This became the drawback. So he could not explain this explain the stability and he could not explain where exactly the electrons are revolving, why they are revolving. He could not explain it. This became the one of the major drawback of the theory. So any charged particle, when it is in circular motion, it radiates energy and it loses energy. Right on the terms. And loses energy. Understood? So this became the major drawback of the Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. This drawbacks were explained by Niels Bohr in its Bohr's atomic model. So till here we have learnt about J.J. Thomson plum pudding model, Rutherford's alpha scattering ray experiment, and cathode ray experiment. We have studied about the discovery of proton and electron. If you have any doubt till here, please ask your question. Yes, sure. So what was the drawback actually? They could not explain the stability, and he could not explain about radiating of energy. Last point I could not understand. Which one? Last point means, say, I told you electrons, Shreya. Electrons are revolve around the nucleus like this in a circular path. Any charged particle is in a circular motion, actually it loses energy and it falls towards the nucleus. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದ್ ಹಗ್ಗ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಆ ಹಗ್ಗ ತುದಿಗೆ ಕಲ್ ಕಟ್ತೀರಾ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಿರ್ಸ್ತೀರಾ, ಆಟ ಆಡಿದಿರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ತರದ್ದು? How many of you played this game? ಒಂದ್ ಹಗ್ಗ ತಗೊಂಡು ತುದಿ ಕಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ತಿರ್ಸು ಆಟ ಆಡಿದಿರಾ? ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಆಡಿದಿರಾ? Raise your hand, sir. Have you played such game? ಯಾರು ಆಡಿಲ್ವಾ? Nobody has played this. Shreya?
No, sir.
No. Nobody has played in the class. Very shocking it is, huh? See, this tells about how much fond of being inside the home. Now children actually they do not come outside and play in the ground. They want to play inside the home itself. So actually we were playing actually. We were taking a rope or a small thread. If you take, we are tying the stone to that and we were rotating like this. Like this we are rotating continuously. When you stop this rotation, suddenly the stone will fall. Stone will fall actually. Like that, electrons revolve around the nucleus in a certain, in this circular manner. It radiates energy. It will fall towards the nucleus. This was the drawback. This he could not explain. Who Rutherford could not explain where exactly the electron revolved around. Why they revolved around there itself? He could not tell where exactly the electrons are present actually. Shreya, artha aita Shreya?
Yes, sir. Now I got it.
Okay, thank you. ಮತ್ತೇನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 12 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 12 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ 12 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತರಿಯುತ್ತೆ? 12 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಒಂದೇ ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಮೂರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, 6 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಹೇಗ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? he could not explain where exactly the electron are located. That was the drawback of the Rutherford model. I hope you understood the concept. If you have any doubt regarding the concept what I taught you, please let me know. So if you have any doubt regarding you call me. You read the textbook. If you have any doubt, you can put a message in the WhatsApp or directly call me. Is it clear? Sorry, is it clear? Can I end the class now? Diksha, understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Karun. Purnachandra Hegde.
Yes, sir.
Understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Shravani.
Sir.
Okay. Shreya Shanbag.
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay, thank you. Then Swati.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Vaishnavi R.
Yes, sir. Understood the concept.
Okay, if you have any doubt, you just call me or message me to my WhatsApp number. Okay, thank you. Go through the textbook. Read the concept. If you don't understand our 9th standard textbook, go through your 8th standard textbook where it is very clearly written, with understandable language it is given. You can go through your 8th standard textbook, same concept is there. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me tomorrow. Thank you. So after 5 minutes, English class will be taken by Divya Mataji. After 5 minutes, you have to join. Thank you very much.